There's nothing like a good sword, am I right? Swords are just so interesting, especially in the comic world, because all of them are so different and unique, and they always have just some really interesting origin stories. Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to Top 10 Nerd. I am your host, David Raff, and today we are going to be talking about the top 10 most powerful Marvel swords. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for your daily nerdy videos, because that's what we do best, my friends. Now, onto the list. On guard! Oh, was that too cheesy? Yeah, it felt kind of cheesy. I knew it as soon as I said it. You know what, I'll just let myself out. At number 10, we got Dragonfang. Dragonfang is believed to be nearly indestructible and was forged from the tusk of a dragon from another dimension. Over the years, it was primarily owned by the Ancient One, who then passed it along to Dr. Stephen Strange, who would go on using it for a number of years. Eventually, Strange gave it to Valkyrie, who became the primary owner. It could absorb magic, greatly enhance the user's skills with weapons, and come back to them whenever they call it. Dragonfang was also used by Lady Sif during Ragnarok. Number 9. Quantum Sword. Created by Phyla-Vell, the sword is made from pure quantum energy. The sword itself is essentially a way for her to focus her powers, even though she doesn't technically need to do that. But this way it makes it easier for her to control. It also can fire and absorb massive amounts of energy. Number 8. Phoenix Blade. The Phoenix Blade contains a portion of the Phoenix Force inside it, automatically making it very powerful and extremely dangerous. Now, even though it doesn't contain all of the Phoenix Force, a small amount of it still remains in the blade, so don't count it out, because we all know how powerful the Phoenix Force can be. The blade allows its users to produce and shoot massive amounts of energy and can cut through almost anything. Number 7. Soul Sword. The Soul Sword was forged by the character Magic when she was trapped in limbo. What started out as a simple looking blade grew into something much more elaborate after she continued to use it. It can strike down supernatural beings, break or counter spells, cast spells, and summon magical armor. Also, since the sword is a physical manifestation of Magic's powers, whoever is wielding the sword is considered the ruler of Limbo, also known as Other Place. Number 6. Excalibur. Excalibur was made for King Arthur and has been used by multiple heroes throughout the Marvel Universe, including Black Knight, Iron Man, Doctor Doom, just to name a few. Of course, it wouldn't be a Marvel sword if it didn't have some sort of cool abilities to go along with it. For starters, it can kill gods, spirits, and immortal beings. It can also stop its user from bleeding out, no matter how many cuts they may have. So, that would definitely come in handy during any kind of battle. Number 5. The Muramasa Blade. This blade was created for everyone's favorite hero with adamantium claws, Wolverine. Muramasa created it specifically for Logan so he could take revenge on the people who killed his wife. It was even forged with a piece of Wolverine's soul. It's not indestructible, but it is very durable and can cut through a lot of known substances. This blade has a lot of cool powers. For one, it can take away someone's healing abilities. When Wolverine fought Sabretooth while using the sword, Sabretooth wasn't able to access his accelerated healing like he normally would have been. And at one point, it was even able to cut through a blast from Cyclops. Number 4. The Ebony Blade. Fans all over the world will soon become very familiar with this sword. The blade is used by the character, the Black Knight, which is the character Kit Harington will be playing in the upcoming MCU film, Eternals. The blade was first introduced in The Black Knight #1 and has been used by multiple people who have all taken on the mantle of the Black Knight, the most famous version being Dane Whitman. The blade was forged from a meteorite by the magical Merlin. It contains multiple enchantments, one of which makes it basically indestructible. It can absorb and deflect massive amounts of energy, cut through mystical barriers, or just about anything for that matter. But this sword also comes with a curse. Whenever it is used to draw blood, it will slowly drive whoever is wielding it closer and closer into madness. So, if you use it for a long period of time and kill a lot of people, you will more than likely go a bit crazy, which is why some people end up getting rid of it. So that's kind of a bummer, but it's still a really cool sword. Number 3. The Twilight Sword. Created by the fire demon Surtur, this sword was created in the heart of an exploding galaxy, but his sword would truly achieve its full potential once it touched the eternal flame, and once it did that, it would cause Ragnarok. the destruction of Asgard. Now, this sword has a lot of other capabilities, including being able to cut into other dimensions. Like, that's crazy! It's also destroyed the Rainbow Bridge, protected its user from massive blasts of energy, and took multiple hits from Thor's own trusty hammer Mjolnir. So, it is pretty darn powerful. Number 2. All Black the Necrosword. Also known as the Godslayer, this sword made a very strong first impression when it debuted during Thor God of Thunder number 2 in 2013. Used by Gore the God Butcher, this sword gets more powerful every time it kills a god. It literally takes their blood, which in turn makes it even stronger. Oh man, that's kind of eerie. Also, it's technically the world's first symbiote. It came from the shadow of Null and the divine power of a celestial being. Just like all the other known symbiotes, it allows its user to access a wide array of abilities such as super strength, durability, speed, reflexes, regeneration, and dark energy manipulation. It also allows its user to kill gods and celestial beings, and allows them to live a lot longer than normal. Gore was over 3,000 years old because he was using it. Number 1. The Odin Sword. Now, it was a really close race between this and the Necrosword, but in the end, the Odin Sword takes the cake. The Odin Sword was first introduced in Journey into Mystery issue 117. It has the ability to channel the Odin Force, which is an insane amount of power, and it is able to cut through anything, including celestial beings. It's also insanely big. It's so big that Odin actually had to go into the destroyer armor so that he could grow to actually use it. He then took on celestial beings who were invading Asgard. Man, Odin is so awesome. Odin eventually passed it down to his son Thor. Alright, there you have it guys, the top 10 most powerful Marvel swords. How would you guys rank the swords of the Marvel Universe? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss one nerdy moment, because that's what we do here at Top 10 Nerd. Nerdy moments. So come on, just don't take that away from us. I'm your host David Raff, and thank you so much for watching.